And, of course, we will look to week 2 for the Lions going to take on the Bears at Ford Field. And we will also be talking about the Tigers' 6-game road trip, which they opened up with a victory against your team.
They did. They did.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is. But Yankees gave him the game. He walked 30,000 people.
Yeah.
And then Parker Meadows came to life yesterday. So.
Yeah, he's came to life a couple of times
Yeah.
over the past couple of days.
Yep.
Also, we're going to talk about which Detroit sports team logo do you prefer? We'll talk about that a little later on.
Okay.
Believe it or leave it. Mm-hmm. We love Believe It or Leave It.
We do.
Sean will be in with Safe and Trap if we can get him off of Mars and the moon with audio connection problems. And, of course, we will have the Roar. Your Roar.
Yeah.
So it sounds good, doesn't it? Well, let's get
Fully
into
stacked.
let's get into Detroit Lions Week 1 abysmal loss to the Packers at Lambeau. Your takeaways. I always love to hear your opinions on these. Go ahead. Or was this a part of your roar tonight?
No,
Okay.
they look terrible.
They did. They looked horrible. I'm going to agree with you.
They look
That's why I'm hoping EVJ calls in tonight.
bowl. They look terrible. Everything. Everything looked terrible. How did Jameer Gibbs look terrible? He looked terrible.
Yeah, they just looked
Sonic.
discombobulated.
So here's my thing.
Yeah.
So not a little bit of preseason? You look rusty.
Well, I mean, none of these guys have played though. I mean, in games.
That's
So do you
Nothing
say
was
that?
buttoned
Do you
up.
say it's rusty? Because I'll be honest with you, I watched most of all the games on the Red Zone, and I'll tell you, nobody looked spectacular other than maybe Danny Dimes
that
in Indianapolis.
Herbert looked good.
Herbert looked great.
Fool's goal with Danny Dimes. Fool's goal with the Raiders. It's all going to come out. You'll see it. But the Lions look awful. They look terrible. The quarterback looked terrible. The receivers look terrible. Stop telling me that Terrion Arnold's a shutdown.
Well, I agree with you.
Stop telling me he got better. Stop telling me Hutch needs $60 million. He can't get through double teams. Stop telling me all this, that it was the Hutch rules in camp and he's going to rip it up. And stop telling me he's going to get 20 sacks. Stop telling me Sewell didn't get dominated by Parsons. Stop telling me Goff is your guy. Stop telling me that. Listen, to not play anybody in the preseason, you don't have to. Okay, don't. Whatever. But you got to look better than that. They weren't penalties. Nothing was buttoned up. Mm-hmm. Campbell didn't have the guys prepared.
Oh, I agree.
And I told you guys before, here comes the coordinator story. One game, both looked terrible. Everybody got out-coached. I told you it's going to be a story. As soon as something goes bad, the coordinators are at fault. I knew it. I knew this was going to happen. Now, it is game one.
Right. I think it was bad. I want to see how they bounce back against the Bears because they definitely don't need to be 0-2 after this week. But the Bears didn't look good either.
But I'm not concerned with the Bears. Their issue is the Bears, everybody's looked at that. Oh, the Bears didn't look bad, so we can get that win. The Bears always play you tough.
Right.
If the Bears stay buttoned up, they can beat you. They always play you hard. They come close. It's a division rivalry. If the Lions play the way that they played Sunday, Bears can beat them.
Okay. Well,
Your boy is the only one that looked good. Jake. He don't know what score. And don't give me the Tesla stuff at the end.
well,
I don't want to hear that. The Tesla touchdown. That you got beat. You only scored 6 points.
well. Listen. Well, we're going to revisit the Lions because I'm sure once people call in tonight, they're going to have some things to say. So let's go to the other struggling football team on the agenda today, the Michigan Wolverines. They looked out of sorts also against Oklahoma,
You know what?
24-13.
I'm not concerned with them.
You're not concerned. You're not concerned about their play calling.
Yes, very much so. I'm not concerned with them. That game was a loss. We had that as a loss. The kid wasn't going. He wasn't going to go out there and beat. That defense is pretty good, and that quarterback is pretty good. He's up for the Heisman. Him and the LSU kid, Hosmus. I forget his name. Ross. Oh God, I'm sorry.
I'm not sure right at the top of my head.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not concerned with U of M. I'm concerned. My concern. A couple of things that I noticed.
What's that?
The O-line, I don't know what's going to happen. You don't have good receivers.
Is it just though that they didn't have good is it the receivers are bad, or is it just because the play calling stunk?
The play calling stinks, and I think Underwood is going to be okay.
I mean, he was 9 for 24.
He's going to be okay, but he's in the wrong quarterback coaching. He's so talented, but he's in the wrong hands as far as grooming a quarterback. That's just my thought. That's just what I think. I think they're going to win a lot of games because it's college, the schedule's soft. I mean, I think he's going to win. They're going to have the defenses, the defense is going to be the defense. They can get better too. Everybody can get better, but that play calling, those receivers, and the offensive line, and I don't think he's in the right hands as far as quarterback coaching.
That's an interesting take on it.
I think his talent, he's wildly talented.
What did you think about that little kind of outburst him and Justice Haynes had on the sideline? What do you think about that?
2 kids.
Just 2 kids?
Yeah, 2 kids. Go ahead.
Just both competitive and want to win?
That's it. 2 kids. They're okay right now. What I'm saying is the problem I have with the whole NIL thing, he's going to get blamed. He's making $3 million a year. So the criticism is going to come with it. That's the only thing. That is the bad thing about this money stuff. Because now all guns are blazing. And like I said, I think he's in the wrong hands as far as quarterbacking. I really do. Because he's got to be taught to lighten up a little bit on his throws. I think I've seen enough. His talent is off the charts. He has to throw softer sometime. He has to make better decisions sometime. And I don't know what this run Penn State stuff they did. I don't know what that is. So that's I've always said I don't think Jerome will last there. I just don't. I don't.
Are you surprised at who they have as an interim this week?
Yeah.
What is that? And where? Do they feel like anybody can just coach that team while Sharon's gone?
Yeah, it's not the same players that you had when you came in and did it. What about Winkdale?
That's what I would think. Maybe he's got the most of the head coaching experience to a certain extent.
They're Michigan.
All right, off the topic of the Wolverines. Listen, a lot of things have been going viral, and Phillies Karen. Did you see this? Have you seen this on here?
Nope.
She has been. What happened was, Jared, I know we have some video of that, and he's going to pull it up, and we're going to see how this goes. So basically, isn't a fly ball or a home run ball into the stands somebody can grab the ball? Because it's a free for all. Basically, it's always been a free for all.
Yeah.
Well, this lady went and demanded the ball back after the guy gave him the ball. But not only that, she acted a complete fool afterwards, and they're calling her now Phillies Karen. I mean, when I seen it, I was just like,
well, first of all, I love his reaction. I love it.
Yeah.
Here, take the ball. Get out of my face. Who hit it?
I'm not sure who hit the ball.
What is wrong with her?
Actually, you know what? I think it was Harrison Bader. Because the reason I say that is once this happened and they seen this, he was taken back with his father, and the Marlins gave him a gift bag, and he was also given got to meet Harrison Bader, and Harrison Bader signed a bat for him. So, but like I said, what
is she doing?
That's what I'm saying. This is complete. This is ridiculous.
This is how people get hurt.
Well, I agree with you.
Are you serious?
It's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah. So she's actually getting it bad in social media.
So
people in social media are like trying to figure out who she is, where she works. I mean, I think they're taking it a little too far. But hey,
No, don't get all in that. Just call her. Just put on some green paint. She's a wicked witch of the West.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I mean, from a kid, seriously. Then she walked away mad. You got the ball. You're still walking away mad.
Oh, you should have seen some of the pictures of her holding up the ball like in her hands like this. Like,
so she's a nut job.
She's obviously a
She's
nut
a
job.
Oh, she's a quack. Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So I mean, but like I said, does people not know ballpark etiquette? Is that what it is?
They obviously
I mean,
don't.
it's whoever grabs the ball.
Yeah, if it's that's what it is. If it's scrambling around, sometimes it hits a chair, and whoever gets to it first.
I mean, he actually look.
He grabbed it.
He just grabbed it. It was in a row below.
She wasn't
her.
even close.
No, not at that angle.
Maybe she's saying, "I'm a woman. You should have gave it to me." Maybe she's saying
She
that.
said that was her. They actually have. There's actually other audio. Other people were filming this, and there was actual. We don't have it, but they had the audio of her screaming that it was her ball. This is Philly fans to me. Are Philly fans the worst?
There's some of. They are some of.
I think they could be.
They are some of. They're up there.
Yeah.
Yes, they are up there. They don't care. They don't care if you get hurt. Or they don't care. I'm not saying all Philly fans, but for the most part, you always have an issue with Philly fan. That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, listen, the Michigan State Spartans.
Karen, man.
The Michigan State Spartans win in OT, 42-20.
They look good. I mean, they look good for what people expected.
Wait a minute, that wasn't the score of the game, was it? Was that OT?
Yeah, they won in OT, a 2-point conversion.
42-40.
Yeah.
That's what it was. When I seen the 42-20 there on the screen, it's actually 42-40. I was like, how did that come up? But no, how you think they look good? You think
for what people
I mean, they're
expected
really not
them to.
playing anybody.
Boston College is a little tougher, but
They got Youngstown State next week.
so that's 3 wins.
Okay, and you
I said
still
about-
like Childs?
I like him.
4 touchdowns, 19 for 29, 231 yards.
I like him.
You do like him.
He makes pro throws.
Okay.
He does. I like him. Everybody needs to work on stuff, but like I said, their receivers, their running game. The question was them is going to be the defense. I still got them. I think I said 6 or 7 games. 7, I think. People are saying maybe they are 8-win team. And these
Is that because of a soft schedule, so to speak?
well, Michigan's schedule is soft. Michigan's schedule was soft last year. So you need a soft schedule to work on things. And Michigan needs a soft schedule this week.
Listen, when you think about it, so Michigan State, obviously they're not playing the caliber of teams so far as Michigan's played against Oklahoma. Why do you think Michigan, is it just the big name teams to play in the beginning of the season? Because, I always remember Michigan playing like more division, MAC schools or in the beginning.
Well,
I don't remember them playing like these SEC teams as much as they have.
Well, sometimes you got to throw that in there, like Ohio State and Texas. Sometimes you got to throw them in there.
Sure.
But that's it. After this, Michigan has a cakewalk.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think they have a cakewalk until they get to
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
They should be okay. They should be okay. If, like I said, they need to button a few things up. The play calling to me, I'm not impressed with it, but I've never been impressed with him. So, I don't know. Everybody's screaming, take the gloves off. Let the kid throw. Michigan's going to pound the rock. They're going to run the ball. That's no question about that.
see, that's
Just
what
balance it out.
I'm saying though. I
But I
thought
like Michigan
Justice
State.
Haynes.
Michigan State plays tough.
Justice Haynes had over 100 yards in that Oklahoma game.
I like Haynes. Yeah, I do. I like Haynes. But that was kind of – they still need to work because that was kind of disguised. I think he had the big 55-yarder. Mm-hmm. But I like him as a back. But they still – he had that big, long run. But Michigan didn't look very, very good. But Oklahoma is a good team. They're a decent team with a good defense and a solid quarterback. Now, Michigan State plays tough. They play hard. And I like the fight in the kid, the quarterback. Everybody just want to write him off because of Underwood. But this kid can play too.
Okay.
This kid can play too. I said 7 wins. I think I said 7 wins.
Okay. Well, listen, let's get back to the Lions, shall we? Your favorite team. Well, actually, your favorite quarterback's coming into town, into Ford Field.
Aikman?
Caleb Williams.
My favorite quarterback. Actually, that's a good question. I think my favorite quarterback of all time might be Joe.
Over Troy?
Montana? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Absolutely. Yes.
I'm shocked to hear that.
Yeah, Montana.
Especially with the cowboy hat on.
Yeah, Montana. Well, nobody's bigger than the star except Jerry. So yeah.
So let's get the fans riled up, shall we? So do you think the Lions are going to win this game at Ford Field?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they're going to win the game at Ford Field. I think they can be beat at Ford Field by the Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson has some work to do. He's missing like his best corners. No excuses, but people get hurt. But I watched the Minnesota-Chicago game. McCarty and Caleb flip-flopped. Halves. Okay? The thing that worries me about Caleb, again, talent off the charts. You see the runarounds, the this, the that. It's mental.
You think it's? I just don't think he's. It is mental.
I think
it is mental.
It's mental.
I
with
just
him.
don't think he has what it takes.
He may not.
Mentally, he
I
doesn't
think
have what it takes.
I don't think he's mentally grown up for football.
They were also making a big deal about his gray T-shirt underneath his uniform. Did you hear that?
I saw that, but why? What was that all about?
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
it was different. Of course, he's different. He
Yeah.
paints his fingernails and
Yeah,
stuff.
some of the players he looked sweet to me. He always looked sweet in the uniform. Mentally, I just don't think he's got that to do. The arm is there, the feet are there, the talent is there, all that's there.
But that was an issue for him to me, I think, in college.
He was just better than everybody else. Like I said, I'm worried about him as far as mental, preparation, like seriousness of the game. Like some people are just so wildly talented, they don't take the game serious enough. And he has the number one position in all the sports. And he and Ben Johnson have to get on the same page. Like, like his defense, the defense has to come back, the offense line a little bit more. But I just think it's going to be a mental thing with him because they're saying the same thing over and over.
Well, let's just say this: if
But
if he can't get it together,
He can beat the Lions.
if he can't,
I said they're going to split. I said they'll split. I said everybody will split with him.
okay. So, but if he can't get it together, do you think he'll be the biggest bust since maybe Ryan Leaf?
No.
Not that big of a bust.
You got Tony Mandarich.
I mean, quarterback wise.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
Could be.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah, could be. I just, like I said, mentally get it together. And like I said, they look sharp enough that first drive. They can be the Lions have trouble with moving quarterbacks. You know that. And I'm not impressed with the Lions defense at all. Not at all.
Well, you are watching The Roar Live right here on My Michigan TV, YouTube, Facebook, beyond. And, of course, you can get in on the action as the QR code will be up there on the screen. All you got to do is take your phone out and use your camera and hit the little button, and you're right in and on the action.
Ease on down the road.
Ease in on down the road.
Ease on down the road.
Just like the Wiz, right?
Just like the Wiz. Mike should have got
Ease
an
on
Oscar for
down.
that.
Mike should have got an Oscar.
Absolutely. Did you see the Wiz?
I seen the Wiz. It was good. It was good. An Oscar performance. I don't know.
Oh, boy.
Speaking of Mike,
Yeah.
I just seen something on Instagram that said he wrote the song. What was the song called? It was actually about his love for Diana Ross. What song was that? Do you remember? Oh, Remember the Time.
That was the one for her? Was it?
I could have swore that's what I seen.
That was a great
as soon
record.
as I seen that, I said,
That was a great
yeah,
record.
because remember the time when we first met? Because he always had a crush on Diana
Always.
Ross.
That's what they said. That's what they said. That's what they said. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Shout out to Mike. But I didn't, yeah, that's, wow.
Yeah.
I knew he had a crush on Diana Ross.
Because it said,
but I didn't know that was a
I
song.
guess it said something on the back of the album cover, something. It was dedicated to Diana Ross. At least that's what I seen. I get so many text messages and memes that come up that it's just like I want to save them and then I want to send them to Jared and I forget about it.
Okay.
But I remembered that when you said remember the time. Or the Wiz. I'm sorry, when you were talking about
With
the
Diana,
Wiz.
yeah.
Because she played Dorothy.
She played
right?
Dorothy,
Yeah.
yep.
Well, that is the QR code to get in on the action right here on the Roar Live. We've been talking about the Lions. We've been talking about Michigan football. We've talked Phillies Karen. We'll get into that. But listen, whatever you want to
is
talk
crazy.
about, give us a call or get in on the Zoom chat, and Jared will relay it over to us. And we want to hear your opinions, right, Corey?
Yes.
We always
Yeah.
love to hear your opinions.
Please.
We don't want to just keep giving our
No,
opinions.
subscribe, Zoom, whatever you got to do. Just pay attention to us. Call in, whatever you got to do. Just Zoom us.
Well, listen. Speaking of a
gonna
good
speak the
time,
truth.
I just want to say give a shout out to Frasier's.
Yes.
For having us out a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago.
That was a good time.
It was a really good time. I know Jared had a good time.
Yep.
We had trivia.
We had the trivia.
And shirt giveaways. And do we have any more shirts left?
Nope. I gave the last one away.
You gave the last one away, so we're gonna have to reorder.
Reorder.
Okay, well, that's a good thing.
People liked them too. They were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this is cool. This is nice."
Jared,
Shout out to
I got a
Heather.
question.
Shout out to
I
Heather
don't
who
know.
picked those
I know we did another interview down at Fraser's. Do you have that on tap for us right now, or would you have to find it?
I could find that for a little bit later in the show.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which one was that? The one with the lady, the lovely young
No,
lady.
no. That was a guy that he was a Yankee fan like you. I thought
yeah.
that could tie into the Detroit Tigers thing. But listen, let's go into the sports logo throwdown. So I seen this on TV the other day. They were discussing what is your favorite Detroit sports team logos of all time. Which one do you prefer the best? So the first one, I believe, Jared, he's going to put that up on the screen. Which one are you going to go with? Oh, the Lions. Let's start with them. Which one do you like the best out of those? And it does show the years that they were in action. Which one do you like? I mean, there's a few that are different or added on to.
Well, what I'm, jeez, they've been losing since 1934.
Yeah, pretty much. What do you think? But listen, they have been losing. They were a good team. I think the last 55, they were pretty dominant in the 50s.
I'm going to be honest with you.
What's that?
I like the first one with the guy on the lion.
With the guy on the line?
Yes, I like that one best. I really do.
From 34 to 45.
Yep.
That's actually not bad.
That's not a bad
It's
logo.
it's very 30, 40-ish
Yes.
look.
Yes.
Maybe they
it can
could-
go well with some
maybe-
throwback stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's dope.
I'll be honest with you. I kind of like the second one.
Let me see.
Because didn't they kind of bring that
Yeah,
back
I remember
in the
that. I think they
80s
did.
as a vintage?
I think they did.
I kind of like that one.
That's not bad.
No, I think that's cool. I think they do too much with the jerseys and stuff now.
What do you mean, coloring them all up? And all that?
Yeah, I kind of like just going vintage,
Yeah.
throwing it back to the 80s. I didn't really realize just how the same but yet different those 80s Lion jerseys are. You know, in the color scheme.
Yeah.
But I think I like the second one there. You like the first one?
Yeah, I
the
like. Yeah,
second one.
I do.
Which one do you got next, Joe? Jared. Pistons.
The last one.
You like the last one?
No, at the bottom.
I don't.
At the bottom.
I think those top ones look kind of corny.
Yeah, the top ones are corny. The horse and
I don't.
Just give me
I
that
don't know
one.
why they ever went to the horses.
Just give me that one. There you go.
There,
That's
yeah.
it.
I say that
End of
for
story.
me. To me, that's
Yeah,
the
end of
best
story.
one.
That's not even close.
It's not as elaborate
Right.
as maybe.
Is here we come. This simple.
Yeah.
This is it. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's so much different about that one
And
than
the other
the
one?
one
Yeah.
than
Nothing
the other
much.
one. Maybe just the
Well, they
blue
just
in the
they just
color?
got rid of it and then they brought it back.
That's not. If you're going to go horse's head,
Yeah.
that would be the one for me. When they changed the whole teal and they changed the whole color
Yeah,
scheme
that was
back
dumb.
in the 90s.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Did they do that for Grant Hill?
Grant, I don't think they did it for him. They just were trying to go a new.
Yeah, that was
I didn't like that
an
at all.
abysmal
Yeah,
time.
they had to bring
I
it back
think.
too.
Don't you think that Detroit logos should be synonymous with their teams, especially with teams that have been around a long time?
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at the Yankees; they haven't changed anything. The Tigers technically haven't changed anything. And is that the next one up on the screen? The Tigers logo, Jared? What do you got? Yeah, there we go. These are the logo. To me, it's going to be the 84 one. What do you think on those? Those are all kind of different D's.
Mm-hmm.
That one cat with the orange looks like he's on drugs, like he just sniffed some coke or something.
I like.
But
I like
I like the 61 to
the 93.
Yeah.
I like that one.
yeah. That's just synonymous for me because of that logo was pasted up or painted up there on
Yeah.
Tiger Stadium.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that one's dope. That's the best.
and that
one.
always reminds me of 84 Tigers.
Yeah. That's the dope.
The 90s logo, the one after that, I don't know. Now the one that there was on the Tiger that's on the spring training caps this year, that's kind of cool. That's a kind of, but you don't really see that.
Right.
They don't really
Yeah,
use that.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I like that one. I like that one the best.
80. Yeah.
And I definitely like the D. The regular D. When they went to a couple of years ago, they had those. They fattened up the D,
Yep.
and it just looked too big on the cap.
Yeah.
I refused to buy a cap
Yeah.
with that on there.
Yeah. I want that.
And the other team, of course, you can't forget about the Detroit Red Wings. Red Wings. I'll tell you what, they've been synonymous for a long time with that winged wheel
See, the one now, I think they actually have the best logo.
in hockey.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, out of the sport, out of our sports,
Right.
that is just sweet.
I
whoever
kind
came
of
up with-
like that. They haven't changed it according to this since 1949.
Yeah.
But the one right before it's a little stubbier of a wing.
Yeah.
That's not a bad one either.
It's not bad, but I'm going with now. That's
Yeah.
sweet.
I think so.
That's sweet. That's the best in the city. That's the best in hockey. To
Yeah.
me. Yeah. Because it's a red wing. I mean, it's sweet. That's what it is.
Huh.
Get their act together this year.
Yeah,
Hockey's right around the
you think
corner,
Stevie Y is going to be on the hot seat this year if he doesn't get into the playoffs?
Oh, he's on it now. But yeah, it's going to get even hotter.
Is it Sparky Anderson always said he never wanted Alan Trammell to be a manager in Detroit because of he's such a beloved guy,
Look what happened.
and look what happened. I wonder if Stevie Y was so good with the Lightning,
El Capitan.
as a general manager.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sometimes to try to catch lightning in a bottle twice.
Yeah, it's hard to do.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
It's very hard to do.
Yep.
But yeah, we wish those are my favorite logos.
Yeah. Yeah, the Red Wings are
For
sweet.
sure.
The Red Wings are sweet. I'll get a Red Wing hat. That's dope.
Well, you are watching The Roar live right here on My Michigan TV, YouTube, Facebook, and beyond. And that right there is the QR code to get in on the action, whether you're getting in on the Zoom or you can get in on the chat right underneath there in the YouTube chat. Jared always likes to pass those along to us. Well, speaking of the Michigan Wolverines again, I know we're kind of beating a dead horse to a certain extent. They
Gotta look
play
better.
Central this week. Is this basically a tune-up game, if you want to call it that, just to get what's right that they missed out on last week against the Sooners?
Well, first, where's Connor Stallions going to be? Which side?
Is he with Central?
I don't know where it's at. I thought he was going. I'm just saying. Didn't he steal Central signs or Central or which side is he going to be on?
That's a good
Does
question.
he need to steal any more signs from Central, or is he going to go on Central and steal the Wolverine sign? Whatever. Yeah, this is tune up, get ready, work on some things, work on some throws.
Right.
Nothing fancy. Run the ball down their throat. Be the bigger, stronger opponent. Button up the penalties. You know, this is just it's an exhibition. You know, it shouldn't. You know, it should be close to mistake free. You know, let's see what your receivers
And it's at
are.
home.
Yeah, and it's at home. Give the kid some plays where he can throw the ball, stretch the field. You know, do everything. You know, do slants, dinks, dunks, flies, posts. Do it all. See what he has.
Do you think he airs it? Do you think they let him air it out? I know it's not a typical Michigan thing to do. Do you think they let him air it out a little bit?
I would think going into this, it would be 50-50. I think it's going to be 50-50. I think it's going to be 50-50. You know, like I said, you can never get enough practice. And he needs that. Like, people just want to gloss him over as a Superman. I said in the beginning, I've seen enough to talent. Michigan's they got the gold standard in him. He just needs polish, some more polish. And that only comes with time. So I didn't expect him to go into Oklahoma and win. Like I said, I don't think
I thought they would have. You know me. I had them going 12-0, but you know, I mean, of course, that's a little unrealistic. But hey, you know, and there's growing pains there. I guess what really did it in for me was the lackluster play calling, and we've seen it too many times before.
seen it last year.
Yeah.
I guess just kind of who he is. Like I said, I don't think it's going to work with him. That's just my opinion. I think, like I said, the kid I think is in the wrong quarterback situation.
How do you think the defense fared against the Sooners?
Okay.
Do you think they're going to be pretty much locked down against Central? You know,
Yes. Absolutely. And they're angry, you know.
Right.
They want to come out and make a statement, make a better statement, obviously, and this is your chance to do it. Central Michigan.
All right, let's take a look at playoff action, shall we? The Tigers are gearing. I think the magic number is
10.
Is it 10 now?
Think so?
Yeah. I mean, what do you think? I mean, it's funny now. Cleveland is jumped above the Royals. The Central is just
No. The AL.
It's the whole AL is that way. That's what you think?
Yeah. The whole AL.
I mean,
Name me a dominant team in the AL. Don't say the Tigers.
is it? There's no dominant teams, but everybody's struggle. Is there a really dominant team in the NL that hasn't gone through stretches of mediocrity?
Milwaukee, kind of. I guess you could say them.
But everybody's kind of went on a big, huge win streak at one point in time. You've seen the Blue Jays do it. The Tigers did it. Yankees were playing good there. And Milwaukee, the Dodgers looked unbeatable in the beginning, and the Padres kind of leapfrogged.
It's going to be those two. But yeah, the Tigers, like I said before, they can beat anybody in the AL.
I mean,
they can beat anybody in the AL, but
Chris Paddock had his first save last night against your Yankees.
right. You know what the Tigers do?
How does that make you feel?
I feel fine. We'll win the series, but
You
because
think so?
we're just 11 out of the last 14. We won out. We just gave that game away. We just melted down. But the Tigers, like, they don't. And I guess the fans out here, they just think that they saw a little spark of Meadows. Mize's pedigree is not consistent this year. You know what I did when the Yankees lost Cole? I told you, I said season over. They don't have enough pitching. The season's over. Yankees can't go nowhere with that and win a World Series. It's just like the Tigers. They don't have enough pitching. That's what it comes down to.
Well, I want to ask you something.
Well,
let me ask you this.
he's been up and down all year.
Before we jump off this topic again.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a matter? I just read something about MLB's looking to expand. Do you think that's a good thing?
Expand to what? More teams?
Because don't you think we have more of a watered-down product of
It's
Major
all
League Baseball?
watered down. Football, baseball, and basketball. Remember back in the day, you'd be scared to go to Fenway, Schilling,
Yeah.
Big Papi, Ripken, and the whole baseball stinks. It's just not the talent. It's not the same. I mean, of course, you got great players that are still out there, but as collectively as a whole, it just doesn't. It's just not a good product to me.
But do you think, especially with, is baseball really that popular where you're going to have all these kids wanting to play like
Not
back
right
in
now.
the day?
Not right now.
So my thing is like, why even expand?
Yeah, you gotta build up. You gotta get the market out there. You gotta get it out there. You gotta do more. You gotta promote it more. They don't promote it more. You can't just promote Ohtani. You gotta promote other players. You gotta get managers involved. You gotta, Pete Rose, the Dodgers had a commercial. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta promote it.
So maybe, promoting. And Jared, I need you to get
Garvey
in
had
on
like
this
100
one, Jared.
commercials.
They have been talking about putting in the Savannah Bananas, who have been, are basically the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, and they've been selling out stadiums.
For now.
Cam actually went to one of. They were just in San Diego.
Did he?
Yeah,
Did he like it?
He loved it, and I know Jared likes the Savannah Bananas, and they're talking about adding them to the All-Star festivities during the All-Star week, or I think it's a good idea. Why not? I mean, you can't. I think, if I'm not mistaken, because I went to the All-Star game this year. You got the All-Star game, the Home Run Derby, and I think they played like the HBCU.
Yeah.
Two teams.
Yeah, I think
so.
they
To bring in like a Savannah Bananas for that might be that. I mean, that's definitely a promotional thing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they should do a skills challenge. Get your best gold gloves and.
Well, they do that in Japan.
Yeah.
In their All-Star games, they have
Yeah.
a skills challenge.
Yeah, get your best gold gloves and how many ground balls or backhands or whatever you get. Do something.
Jared, what you really like that Savannah Bananas, don't you?
I do. I've watched a number of their games. They're available on YouTube for free, and so it's like easy to throw it on and kind of have it on in the background. I don't have cable, so I can't really watch the MLB.
I never.
But
watched it.
some of the coolest stuff in there is like the outfielders are doing backflips and
Yeah.
catching the balls at the same time. And one time they had the outfielder like mic'd up talking to the announcers, and while they mic'd him up, he made a backhanded backflip catch, and it's a lot different.
I mean, it's entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's entertainment. Priority number one.
I mean, if you're a hard-nosed baseball guy,
You're not gonna
and
like
that's
that.
you're probably not going to like it. But if it's something that hey, this is fun. But I
Maybe
mean,
the kids.
I
Maybe get
remember
a
when they
younger-
first started out, I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, maybe get a younger audience to
Yeah,
it. Something,
I mean, it can only help. I mean, look, the Harlem Globetrotters were real popular back in the '60s and '70s.
yeah. They're going to have to change all the All-Star games. The NBA is atrocious. You see, they went to NFL. They went to flag. They need to do something more with baseball too, like do some skill stuff, or not just the home run derby. Make a ground ball derby or something. I don't know. They'll figure it out. They need to, because it's not being promoted, I don't think, to get more audience. But it helped. The pitch clock helped. Stuff like that helped a little bit, but they can do more.
What do you think? What do you think MLB can do to make the game a little more fun, so to speak? Is there a way to do that?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, it's just I think even when I'm watching the Savannah Bananas, like the first couple times I saw them dancing and stuff like that, it was kind of interesting, but it gets old. I don't think that's like the way to do it.
Yeah.
But I think making it easier to steal, that's a big thing in their games. I think it's really cool that the fans can catch if the fans catch a foul ball, it's an out. I'm not sure that would be a thing, but it makes it a lot more interesting, and those are the kinds of things that make it interesting to me.
So what do you think? What do you think, Go? What do you think MLB can do to make the game a little more interesting?
Like I said, I just think you need to promote it more, like worldwide promotion. Get your players, your superstars involved in commercials. Get your managers involved. Get Hinch out there.
Because there's definitely, when you think about it, even with us growing up in the 80s, baseball was out there. You had This Week in Baseball.
You had Lasorda doing beer commercials.
Earl Weaver.
Earl Weaver. You just got to get that back. That's when baseball was at its best.
Lou and Tram on Magnum PI.
Yeah, you got to get him. You got to get him out there. Make and get him to the Genzings or whatever. Get it. You got to hit all the markets. You just got to get the players out there, the superstar players out there. Judge, put him in a robe or something. Have a commercial. I don't know. Do something.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you think that why? Or let me ask you this: why do you think baseball isn't the thing to do? Because of what? It's not the easy way to, my kid's going to the MLB. It's easier to say my kid's going to go to the NBA.
Well, yeah, there's no cheerleaders in baseball. The cute girls come to watch the guys play cornerback and quarterback and basketball, shoot threes. Baseball is more expensive. You need more equipment. Now they're just starting to do it with kids, indoors year round, but it's just an expensive sport. And people are not interested, where you can make a lot of money in baseball if you hit 240. Ask all the Tigers. So it's something that, I think communities need to come together, and people with platforms come together and unite and figure out how to get more kids involved and how to make it cheaper to play, the sport. Because you need a glove, you need a bat, you need batting gloves, you need spikes, you need.
Well, do you need all that stuff, though? I mean, think about it when it was played back in the 50s and 60s. These guys, they just picked up a bat and
even that.
It's more personalized now. You gotta have the right cleats, you gotta have the right gear.
But you can,
and that's a cool thing.
Yeah, and then it's travel leagues and things, so it can get expensive. Where you can just take a ball and go shoot. You take a football and just go play catch. Helmet, but you need gloves and bats are expensive, leagues are expensive. So it's a different, like I said, there's no fascination. Like, kids don't go. Even back when I played, like, we had support, but it was a different time. Like, now it's not, baseball's just not the thing. It's not the cool thing. You know what I mean? It's not the cool thing. That's just it. You don't get a big audience. You get more parents. You don't get, like, other kids coming out to support baseball games. So we got to figure out a way how to get that. Get kids more involved and more interested in it. I'm all for it. It's the best game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that. We had the opportunity to interview numerous people at Fraser's Pub in Ann Arbor a couple of weeks ago, and there was one guy, Kevin, who he talked about baseball, and we said, let's save this interview to tonight, and this is how it went. And it wasn't Karen. There we go. There we are. See Fraser's Pub, how nice that is? Mm-hmm. Sometimes.
Hello, everybody. We're back here at Fraser's Pub with Kevin, all the way from
Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, outside Jacksonville.
And hey, he's traveling around to all these college towns. What's been your favorite so far?
Oh boy, I'd say, well, my oldest son went to Notre Dame, so Notre Dame is pretty damn good. Like A&M was great. This place is pretty. I haven't been inside yet, but from the outside, the big house looks pretty good. Yeah.
Where are you sitting? You got tickets today?
Yeah. So my buddy, who's a huge Michigan fan, has got 4 season tickets, and he gave them to me. So we're sitting at a pretty good. I don't know exactly where they are, but they seem like they're pretty good. 100 level, look pretty good.
Do you have any favorite Michigan moments?
Do I have any favorite Michigan moments? I have a lot of favorite moments watching Michigan play Ohio State. So. Yeah, I mean, I was here once before, and I came for that night game when Michigan played Notre Dame, and that was really cool. I think it was the biggest crowd they ever had at the Big House, right? Yeah, and that was pretty special. So.
Now he's mentioned Notre Dame.
Yeah.
He's mentioned Notre Dame. So, are you rooting because they're supposed to be really good this year?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Are you rooting for both U of M and Notre Dame?
So I would say first and foremost. So I root for Notre Dame. Florida State, primarily, right? And my first love is probably Notre Dame. I grew up in New York, Yankee fan, I see. Good taste in baseball.
There you go.
So growing up in New York, I'm Irish Catholic, and if you guys know anything about New York, we have no college football, zero.
Right.
And it's funny, I find it really funny that the Big Ten brought in Rutgers thinking they were going to get the New York market. People in New York don't even know where Rutgers is. Like, honestly, no idea where Rutgers is. And Syracuse is 5 hours from New York City. So growing up in New York, Irish Catholic, I was always a Notre Dame fan. You got it every Saturday afternoon, you got Notre Dame football.
Okay.
So I'd say my first love is Notre Dame, but don't tell all my 5 other kids that.
Okay, sounds good. I went to Notre Dame High School in Harper Woods, Michigan.
Yeah. Are they the Irish?
Yeah, Notre Dame Irish.
Nice.
The fight song is still the same.
Oh, very
so,
cool.
What's your expectation for them this year?
For Notre Dame?
Yeah.
I think they got a shot at going to the Final Four.
Okay.
I mean, I really do. But, Michigan supposedly looks really, really good. We'll find out tonight, right?
Okay.
They should trounce New Mexico.
Absolutely.
What is you're a Yankee fan?
Yeah.
What is your biggest Yankee moment?
Oh, my God. I got a gazillion of them. I've been to, when I was a kid in 78, when Reggie hit 3 homers in the World Series. I was at that game.
Wow.
In the upper deck. My buddy Chris O'Hagan, his dad was a detective in New York, and he got us into the game. And we sat in the upper deck. That was incredible. I've been to, you know what? I'll tell you a really good one. Back in 1983, I think it was July of 83, and everyone says they've been there. But I was at the Pine Tar game, if you guys remember that, when George Brett homered and it was overturned. Now, here's a really great story with it. I go January of 1987. I'm a huge New York Giants fan. In fact, I still have my Giants season tickets. And I moved to Florida in the mid-'90s. I went out to Super Bowl 21 in Pasadena. My buddy Chris O'Hagan, he was at the Pine Tar game with me. He hates the Yankees. And he bet me $1 million that George Brett would homer off of Goose Gossage. Okay, yeah, obviously we didn't pay, right? but we go out to Pasadena, and we were meeting all our friends at this bar in Hermosa Beach called C.J. Brett's. And it was owned by George Brett and Ken Brett. Ken Brett pitched as well.
Okay.
So we're hanging out. We're going to stay there until it closes.
Okay.
And about 1 o'clock in the morning, all of a sudden, it's me and Chris O'Hagan and our other buddies are out screwing around. We're sitting at the bar, and George Brett walks out behind the bar. And as quick as I could say, hey, we were at and I'm sure he's heard, like 5 million people have been at the Pine Tar game. I said, we were at the Pine Tar game. He bet me $1 million that you'd homer off Goose Gossage. You did. And he's like, oh, yeah. And then I go, wait a minute. I had that old circa, you guys are too young, but back in the 80s, we had Velcro wallets. So I had this circa 1980 Velcro wallet. I rip it open, pull out the ticket stub.
Nice.
And I said, would you sign? This is 4 years after the game was played.
Wow.
And I always said, this game is people are going to remember it. So I kept the ticket stub. Unfortunately, today we don't get ticket stubs, right? That's too bad.
Right.
I pull it out. He signs it for me. And he goes, hang on here a minute. And he buys us 2 beers. He comes back 5 minutes later, throws me and my friend a baseball, to Kevin, best wishes, George Brett. Now, growing up a Yankee fan, I hated George Brett, right? Yes. And, and then he goes, how long are you guys going to be in town for? And I said, I leave Tuesday. He goes, can you use these tomorrow night or Monday night? And there were courtside tickets for the Lakers Trailblazers. Amazing. Fantastic. So George Brett, who I couldn't stand growing up, winds up being the nicest guy on the planet.
Well, we found the second Yankees fan in Michigan.
Yeah.
There's only 2, folks, right here. These are the only 2.
Streak going on.
There we go.
Kevin, thanks so much
Hey, thank you guys.
for doing this.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, everybody. We're here back.
And that was Kevin from Fraser's Pub a couple weeks ago when we did our live remote out there. But that was a nice, interesting conversation we had with him.
It was.
But guess who we have on the line?
What do we got?
We have Mr. Safe or Trap. Sean Stewart is on with some good audio to hear him, too. How about that? There you go.
100% clear. Remastered.
I love it. I love it. How you been, Sean?
I've been terrific. Now we got the NFL and college at the same time.
That's right.
Yep.
So, what is your big Safe or Trap pick this week? Let's go with the SEC first. What are you thinking?
All right. So I am looking at the SEC chart as I'm talking about right now. I am actually going to pick. I was going to pick LSU. I was like, nope, I'm not going to pick LSU over Florida because that's going to be a tough game. I am going to go with Ole Miss. I'm going with Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. I think I'm going to go with Michigan over Central. I'm gonna go early with Michigan. What do you think, Co? Oh no, we're going SEC first, right?
I'm going LSU.
Yeah.
I'm going LSU over Florida.
Ooh.
You know what? I think I'm going to go LSU over Florida too.
And
That's going to be a great game, though.
Yeah.
Nesmeyer's the guy, the quarterback.
Is there any games from last week that really shocked you in the survivor pool? Was there any like big upsets?
I was shocked that Arizona State lost to Mississippi State. I was shocked.
Okay.
I was shocked. I never even thought that was going to happen. And then another one was Baylor and SMU. I never thought that game would be in overtime.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Was there? I know we didn't get to talk to you last week because we weren't on the air. But
Right.
did you? What was the big safer trap pick that you had last week that panned out for you in the NFL?
So for the NFL, I had the Arizona Cardinals over the Saints. That was a close one.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a lot of people pick the Denver Broncos because I'm like, I think y'all can save Denver for another purpose. But Denver barely won that game. It wasn't too many people got eliminated in their survival pool in week one.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So who do you have? Let's go to the Big Ten now, shall we? Who do you have as your pick in the survivor for Big Ten?
Ooh, Big Ten. One of our favorite conferences. I think I am going to go with. I will go with. Man, this is so tough right now. I'm going to go with.
Corey,
I'm going to
who
go
do
with
you got?
Wisconsin.
He's going to go Wisconsin. Okay.
I'm going State.
Michigan State over Youngstown?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Indiana over Indiana State. Jared, were you wanting to play? You were getting in on this, weren't you?
I was earlier. I was going to say Indiana over Indiana State.
Okay, what do you got for your SEC pick?
I didn't do that one. I'm not as terribly familiar with that conference.
Oh, that's
but-
okay.
Okay.
That's all right. So listen, so we went. So now we have SEC, Big Ten. Is it Mountain West? Was that the next one?
What's going on out there?
What's going on in the Mountain West? What's your big pick out there, Sean?
Oh my God. I'm going to pick Fresno State
Fresno State.
over Southern.
Games out there. What do we got game wise? I got my
The game wise coming out there, I don't have his safer trap picks in here. Let me see. It's nothing like being prepared for the show.
right.
Let's see. So, let me see. I don't even who is in the Mountain West.
Air Force, Boise
Air
State,
Force.
Colorado State, Fresno State, Hawaii, Nevada, New Mexico, San Diego State, San Jose State, UNLV, Utah State, and Wyoming.
I'll go Utah over Wyoming this week
That's going to be a great one.
in the Mountain
Who's
West.
Colorado State got?
Colorado State they got a bye week.
Great pick, go.
Right.
You'll win that one.
Yep.
So, okay. Well, what's the next conference up? Mountain West. We said Big Ten, SEC. Was there another one we were doing out of those? ACC.
Yep.
ACC.
ACC. Who do you got ACC wise?
Man, this is going to be so.
I'm gonna
freaking
go.
tough.
I'm gonna go Miami over South Florida.
That's going to be a great one.
That's going to be a good game.
What do you think? What do you think, Go?
That's going to be a good game. I'm interested to see. I like that. I like the Miami.
Miami.
Yeah, I like the Miami. I'm gonna ride your coattails with that Miami.
What about you, Jared?
I think Miami's safe.
You got a because you were picking out of like a coin toss pick because you didn't know too much about the
I
conferences.
was. Yeah, I think I'm going to pick, and no idea if this is a good pick or not, Virginia over William and Mary.
That's a good pick.
That's safe.
That's a
Yeah, that's a
terrific
safe
pick.
pick.
Yeah, that's safe.
All right.
And who did you say, Sean?
I'm going to pick SMU over Missouri State.
Okay, so we
That's
have
good.
everybody. So we're locked in on the college.
Yep.
So let's go to the AFC. We're going to go to the NFL now.
Okay.
Anybody want to start off with this?
Whew.
NFL week 2 in the NFL.
AFC
Yes,
Chiefs
Yes.
over Philly.
you're going Chiefs over Philly.
Yep.
Wow,
I think that's it. Yeah.
Chiefs over Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That's
this
a
will be
risky
our.
pick.
This is actually going to be our first week picking
In the
team.
NFL.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Packers over the Commanders.
That's a good pick.
Commanders come to Lambeau.
That's a good pick. I don't buy them that much. I love the quarterback, but I'm something. It's a good pick.
I
do
am
you-
going to go with. Oh my gosh. Oh, AFC. I am going to go with Denver over Indianapolis.
Denver over Indianapolis.
Yes.
You like that?
Even though it's a road game, that's a risky pick.
That is a risky pick, especially after how Miami made Danny Dimes look like Peyton Manning.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, that was definitely that was a good game.
That's it, though.
That's it.
Yep, that's it for Danny.
Oh, we
Dimes.
didn't do the NFC.
Yep. No, I'm saying for Danny Dimes. That's it.
Oh, okay.
So what about the NFC? What do you got?
I actually got Dallas over the Giants because I think, and the thing is, they starting Russell Wilson, and plus the Giants don't have good of a defense.
Well, yeah, they should have been over Philly. Should be 2-0. But I got I'm going with the Thursday night, Scott. I like that. I like the Green Bay over Commanders.
You like Green Bay over Commanders too. What's your coin toss pick, Jared?
I was going to say Green Bay over Commanders.
Really? Everybody's got Green Bay over the Commanders.
They look really strong against us.
Yeah, unfortunately. So what was it? Yeah.
And they still didn't play as well as they could have played, Green Bay. So they let you off the hook, really.
Sean, what was your big takeaway from last week's NFL games?
Well, the one that was crazy, it was that Pittsburgh and the Jets game, because I would have never thought that would be a high-scoring game. So even though Pittsburgh still won that game, the defense for Pittsburgh is not that good. It wasn't that good.
You know, Pittsburgh's
At all.
defense is not that good. It's not, and it'll show later. They're not that good.
But Aaron Rodgers did look really well. He did.
What a
I
great
thought so.
offensive line.
That's what you need, though. I mean,
They're a little better.
imagine if Jared Goff would have had that last week against Packers. Could have been a different tall tale sign.
Had what?
And then Arizona almost lost to New Orleans. Oh, that was like scary at first.
Yeah, that was a good game too.
Will Johnson looked good in that game.
Yeah, he did.
But the surprising was that Cleveland and Cincinnati game. I would never thought that would be like so close. Cincinnati barely won by 1 point.
Well, Cincinnati doesn't play. They play each other very hard, so they don't. Cleveland gives them the fits all the time. Cincinnati's not that good of a team. Actually, the Lions may beat them.
What?
I don't think they will, but they can.
I'm
Cincinnati
gonna have to
doesn't.
go back on the tape on that.
They don't
Cole,
have an
'cause
offensive line. They just don't.
They didn't look good to me at all.
No, they start slow. But you guys still have no answer for Chase and the other kid.
Well,
So, yeah.
you're probably right.
Yeah, so
it's going to be definitely
yeah.
be a good game.
But you are right though with the Cincinnati Cleveland game. They do play each other hard every year.
Yeah, yep, all the time. Those interconference matchups, yep, very hard.
Well, Sean, what is your big game to stay away from before we let you go?
Buffalo and the Jets. That's a game to be avoid.
Why is that? Why do you think that is?
Because I heard that Cook may be injured, and plus it's a rivalry game. So because the Jets lost, I think the Jets are trying to be 1-1 for the game. And then of course Buffalo did beat Baltimore because that was like they couldn't have lost that game to be exact.
Yeah,
Right.
They could have lost
They
that
were
game.
up. They were down. They were down 15 in the fourth. Buffalo
Exactly.
gave it away.
Yeah. But to me, I mean, to say, I know we talked about it a while ago with Joe EVJ.
Mm-hmm.
You said you didn't think we could match up against the Ravens, but the Ravens did the same old thing they did against the Buffalo Bills once again.
Don't do that, Scott. You're setting yourself up. They're going to embarrass the Lions. They're going to embarrass them.
Don't be embarrassed.
They're going to put up. They're going to put up 40 points, 40 to 45 points.
We got to see what the total points in the sports book. I got to see what the total points sports book look like.
I just gave you Burrow. You're not going to beat him and Lamar. You're not. You're gonna
It's
get
going to be
spanked.
burnt.
Yeah, you're going to get spanked by the Ravens. You're going to get spanked.
Sean, where can we find you?
Well, you can follow me on social media, 586 Sports. That's 2 S's on Instagram, TikTok, X as well. And I will be doing my Survivor Pool show tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So week two, as you know, September is not a good month for upsets in football, in NFL and college. It's scary.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Sean, thanks for coming on with us tonight, buddy.
Thank you,
and
man.
we'll be tuning into your show.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sean.
All right. Thanks, Sean.
You're
Sean
welcome.
Stewart from 586 Sports on with the safer trap picks. He's got some pretty good insight. I need to get, when we get him back on next week, I need to know the betting lines on some of these NFL games. Not that I bet.
Right.
But, you're going to have to explain it to me.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, we got to look at the
yeah.
spreads and all that.
Well, listen, what else do we have here on the agenda? I know what it is. It's Believe It or Leave It.
Is it?
Yes, it's
It's that
now time
time?
for Believe It or Leave It.
Dun, 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 dun.
Do we have the music this week, Jared?
Dun, dun,
Dun
dun.
dun 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 dun.
It's now time for Believe It
And you expect me to believe that? What do I look like? I look like an idiot.
or Leave It.
My son, I'm not touching that with a 60-foot pole. Next caller.
Believe It or Leave It. And Jared has the questions for us.
I do. All right. Question number 1 for Believe It or Leave It this week is about the Michigan Wolverines. The loss to Oklahoma exposed University of Michigan offensive line as a serious weakness that will limit the team all season. Believe it or leave it.
I believe it. I believe it.
And do you think it's I think they have the talent there. I just think, there's a lot of new guys on that offensive line. I think they'll come around, honestly. I'm going to leave it.
There's a shocker.
Well, what about you, Jared?
Yeah.
Did you see any of that
I
game?
didn't see any of that game.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing you did.
I'm trying to go based on the first performance, and I mean, it wasn't the first game that I saw when we were watching it at Frazier's didn't really lead to much like overconfidence for me in the Michigan team. It's like we were playing New Mexico, we let a lot of points go. Anyways,
Okay. What do you got? What's next?
next
down
question is about the Detroit Lions. This wasn't referring to last Sunday. This wasn't a one-off bad day. This was a structural collapse that echoes the worst collapse under Dan Campbell, not a minor speed bump.
I believe it.
Of course you do.
I believe it. I totally believe it.
Well, I totally going to leave this, and I'm going to tell you why. Because listen, are they good? Are they? I want to see them after week 5 or 6. I really do. I just do. I want to see them after week 5 or 6.
I do too. But let's not rush it. It's the football season.
Right.
Let's enjoy.
Is this
Let's enjoy
probably
Sunday?
Okay, so listen, I don't think this is the worst collapse. To me, I think losing to Washington in the playoffs is a bigger collapse than losing to Green Bay week 1 in Lambeau. You don't think so?
Not because of what we were preached and talked to all year. We're good. Your general manager said that. We got Hutch. We don't need the other side. We don't play preseason. We're buttoned up. We're ready to go. Collapse-wise, like it will be, like if this season, we'll add it on. If this season goes, yeah, because they were not prepared at all. At all. Got out coached. They got outdone every phase of the game. Good luck with those corners, and good luck with those so-called greatest safeties in the world. You better be prepared for Chicago, because if you lose to Chicago,
Well, they
season's not over.
definitely can't go 0-2.
Yeah. If you lose to Chicago, all you know what is going to break loose in this town. But I still think you still be okay, even if you lose Chicago. But because I'm knowing sports, everybody's just going to go crazy.
Right.
But you still will be okay. But you can't lose that game.
So, Jared, did you see any of that Lions game Sunday?
I did. I watched that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
As a Lion fan, what did you think?
Disappointed
Yeah.
It was disappointing.
to see an interception.
That's what he
You
does.
know,
They were getting close to the end zone. It was a big game. Everybody was watching.
yeah.
What have I been saying for the last 3 years? He's going to throw a pick. That's what he does. What else we got, Jared?
Yeah, what else we got?
Next question. And we do have a special guest who we can bring in at any time.
Who's that?
Scotty, we got somebody from the other side of the country.
Uh-oh.
If we want to bring him in for Believe It or Leave It.
Yeah, let's bring him in
All
now,
right.
and we'll finish off Believe It or Leave It after this. There he is, chain and all. EVJ. He's got a new Lions cap. Looks like he's in a closet. But
That's a nice hat.
Are you hiding, Joe, after
you
the
hiding?
Lions' first week of loss? Is that why it looked like you're in a closet?
Absolutely not. What the heck just happened?
He looks like he's got a.
That's a nice chair he's got there.
it is. He looks like he's got a book of comments that he's written down to go after you, because he hasn't been on in a few weeks.
Yeah.
And let's hear what you have to say, Joe.
Well, I just lost my picture.
Oh, I can hear. We can see you.
I know
Can you
you
hear
can.
it?
I can't see myself, man. I really wanted to.
Well, that's what you're making the
see
big
yourself?
dough out there
Yeah,
in
yeah.
California, and you got a tricky new setup. I think you said he had.
Oh, yeah.
there we go.
But that's okay. There we go.
Joe's
So Joe, give us your take. Being the biggest Lion fan in California.
I gotta agree with Jared, man. That was extremely disappointing, embarrassing, if nothing else. And that was. And I agree with Corey, man. We got beaten every phase of the game. We looked unprepared. in every phase. And it was very disappointing to see that effort from the boys,
Yeah.
the stars, and whoever was supposed to be a star. You know, I kind of think I kind of wonder if when the starters get no reps during preseason, you know, they're only playing in those team practices. You know, I think there's just a huge difference between the practice and the game, energy, you know, the intensity. And you know, same thing happened kind of last year, first couple games too. You know, especially after they lost to Tampa Bay. It just seemed evident that they were, you know, they just didn't have the intensity that they needed to be a Super Bowl contending team, or let's just say a playoff contender. You know, they just and that's totally how they looked, you know, against Green Bay. I don't know how you can go into Lambeau on a beautiful sunny day like that, and if beginning of the season, a big season, an important season, and just lay an egg like that, man, that was ugly. you know, like, you really can't say anything else. And I agree with Corey 100%. You know, they were unprepared, and you know, and secondarily, I think it's obvious that the change of coordinators has a direct impact on the ability to prepare and have a game plan that the players are comfortable with, and that the players know what to expect from one another. You know, it just, you know, to lose in every facet of the game, you know, for that big of a game, that stage, I just, you know, it was really, really disappointing, you know, to see that.
I'm going to piggyback on what Joe said. So I'm going to ask a question. So the coordinators, they went in-house. I thought maybe they should have did a splash, somebody outside. But so I agree with you, Joe, everything you just said. But why is it that
This is a shock.
No. Well, I mean, Joe's smart. I'm smart. I'm not as smart as Joe, but Joe's rich. But so why is it a big deal? And I get it. I swear I get it. The coordinators come in, they're new. I said all along, that's going to be the NFL story. Just like Kelsey, if he plays bad in the Super Bowl, it's his girlfriend. That's have to have a story. Now, the Lions have these new coordinators. Something goes wrong, that has to be the story. Why can't they just pick up where they left off and do the same thing Glenn and Ben Johnson did? So I'm just, this is just a general question for everybody. Like, why is it so hard, like you just said, is different to get on there? Let's just roll out what we did with Glenn and Johnson.
I think that's a great point to be asking. It's a great question to be asking because, you know, both you know, the head coach said, you know, hey, we're not going to do a whole lot different. You know, the new offensive coordinator, you know, was working under, you know, Ben Johnson for the last 2 years. You know, the same defensive coordinator, you know, it was in-house. So why is so much change? And I think part of that, ultimately, the defense, they stopped the run, which is impressive against.
They did.
Against
Jacobs.
Jacobs in their offensive line. You know, they stopped the run. They smashed it. But our linebackers were ineffective. Our secondary was completely ineffective. Yeah. And if you can't put any pressure on a quarterback like, you know, like Jordan Love, you know, you're not going to be able to slow them down, even if they have to throw 50 passes in the game, because, you know, the guy's accurate, he's athletic, and he's got a good freaking cannon, you know, so you really can't, you know, you can't fault the defense wholly. But if they're on the field all game long, you know, they're going to get tired. And they were tired at halftime. And the offense, the debacle has to start with the offensive line. As far as I mean, it just starts with the offensive line. We couldn't run. They couldn't block. The pocket was so small for Goff to throw in.
It was.
He couldn't even move his arm.
It was.
It was weird how it was just collapsing. Last year, he had all kinds of room just to sit in the pocket, and he couldn't. He stepped up several times to try to get some room, and that the pocket collapse on him in front of him, as well as behind him. So it was just the offensive line. I think the retirement of our center. Basically, we don't have another guy that can fill those shoes just yet.
And even the Hall of Famer looked bad. Sewell's Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
But he didn't even look that great a shape.
No, he didn't.
He's Hall of Famer.
But hey, you're going up against Micah Parsons. He had a chip on his shoulder, and like you said, I don't know about you guys, but it was a letdown. You thought it was going to be more exciting for the Lions. I want to see them. I think I want to see them after week 5 or 6. That'll be more of a telltale sign.
I agree, Scott. I mean, it's going to take a little bit of time for the players to pick up on any new scheme, even if they kept the same schemes as last season or the last couple of seasons under Terry Glenn and Ben Johnson. I think another thing that I just didn't see the whole game. Goff never even threw a pass over 10 yards. He didn't have time.
Especially after giving Jamison Williams that big $80 million
for what
contract extension.
Yeah, that was interesting. Huh? For what? I'm still kind of pissed that they didn't ever they could have gave Zadarius Smith a little bit of cash and brought in another edge help. Hutch was very disappointing, but I think that kind of could be expected from a guy coming back from the serious injury he had and going back to game speed. He can do a lot of stuff and physically and all that kind of stuff, but he hasn't been in that game situation until Sunday, and it was obvious that he's lost a little bit of that intensity, and I think he's going to get it back because he's a pro. He's getting paid a lot of money, and I think he wants to win. He wants to do it. So his desire, I don't think, is in question. It's just his ability to raise his playing level up to the level that he was prior to getting hurt last year. Because he was off the hook last year before he got hurt. So
I agree. My scheme is turn around and give the ball to what's his number now?
Yeah,
there's the scheme.
Dude,
Gibbs. Yeah.
What's his number? There's the scheme.
0. He's number 0 now.
0. What are you doing?
Well, the bad thing was he caught 10 or 11 passes for 30 yards, and I believe that is the second to most passes caught for
the fewest yards.
Yeah, fewest yards.
What is that?
Turn
around.
Well, all of his passes were in the flat, right? Mm-hmm. And he was covered every single time.
Every single time.
But that was the only option Goff had because he couldn't throw the ball downfield. He never had time and he never had a pocket to do it.
Yeah.
I think he had one pass over 10 yards the whole game.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this before you go into that.
No, go ahead.
How you can't really blame Goff 100% for this loss.
No,
I don't think so. What do you think?
No, everybody gets it.
Everybody gets it. Who do you think gets it the most? The offensive line? Campbell?
Yes. Not prepared.
Okay.
Campbell, he's got to take this one. Nobody looked good.
I mean, you can say that. You can say that, because the buck stops at the head coach. I mean,
sure.
That's why I said it.
Yep. I mean, you can say that in every industry in the United States, or anywhere in the world. The buck stops at the top dog, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to this kind of thing in a game, or even in the workplace, you have people doing the work for the boss, right? And if the people don't do the work correctly, then the boss looks bad, right? So, and that's kind of what happened. I think Campbell does everything he does. I think he tried to shield his coordinators from having to take the brunt of the blame, and then ultimately, he's trying to shield the players. I mean, he did say it's the players who play on the field who execute and make things happen on the field, and that didn't happen, and it didn't happen for reasons like they didn't appear to be prepared to have a game plan that would have been effective against any of the defensive schemes or the offensive schemes that that Green Bay was running.
Yeah, the thing I like about Campbell, what he does is he plays both sides of the fence. He does it very well. He will say him and Holmes know for a fact they weren't going to play anybody in preseason. That's a fact. So when people start questioning it, then he'll come back. Well, maybe man, I should have. We really think so. So people stay in love with him because he's the people's coach. So LaFleur, they got out coached, they got out prepped, they got out everything.
Yeah.
So you got to go with that. And people forget Green Bay's defense last year was top 5. They had a good defense last year. It's just Love was hurt every time you looked up. But they had a good defense last year. Now you add this psycho whose one job is to get to the quarterback. It's going to be tough for them even when they go into Ford Field. This is worries. I said they would split. I don't know.
Do you think, Joe? Corey thinks they're going to win tomorrow. I mean Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. What do you think? Do you think they're going to beat Ben Johnson, or do you think he's going to pull out his bag of tricks and the Lions go 0-2? What do you think?
I think he's definitely going to have tricks up his sleeve for sure. I don't think,
especially after seeing the defense, how the defense played.
So when you say tricks, what do you mean? You mean flea flickers and all that? Because he didn't really go a lot. I mean, he had Gibbs. Gibbs is arguably the best back in football. Arguably, I think Henry said. But what tricks? What is he going to do? What? Flea flickers? What do you think? What, I mean, is he going to just out coach them?
Well, you think he knows that he knows the Lions defense in and out. He practiced against them all, throughout.
And that's just a question, Joe. Tricks. What do you mean by? What do you think about that?
Do you think Ben Johnson's got something in store for Detroit?
I think tricks is the wrong word. I think Ben. I think the correct word to use for Ben Johnson and what he does as a coordinator or as a coach is deception. And I think he's a genius with deception. Okay. And it came out in the Bears. The Bears looked great in the first half, man. I can't believe they lost that game.
They did.
It was like the Buffalo game, the same kind of thing. Yeah. But the deception that Ben Johnson is a genius at is convincing the defense that the entire play is going in one direction when his plan is to get a receiver going in the opposite direction and getting an open look for the quarterback to deliver the ball. They did it time after time. That's why Amon-Ra St. Brown was open so easily. Laporta is open so easily. And I can't believe that the new offensive coordinator would not use that kind of a scheme. It was boring football. It was the kind of football the Lions used to play prior to 2020. Where it was two runs in a pass. 2 runs in a pass. We're just going to run it and pass it, or 2 passes to run. And it was boring. There was nothing going on. And if Amon-Ra St. Brown that dude is a gifted athlete. If he can't get open in 2 seconds or in 5 seconds, it doesn't even take 5 seconds. If you can't get open in 2 seconds and you can't deliver him the ball, there's something wrong with the scheme that's going on.
Yeah.
Because that dude's too good. And if you got James Williams on the other side of the line and neither of those guys can get open, there's something wrong with the scheme, the coaching, with the play calling or something.
That's very well said. Yeah, that's very well said. I agree with that.
What's been well said today is both of you guys. You both have been well said. You've been agreeing with each other, which is, I haven't seen that in quite a long time.
Yeah,
you guys have gone at it in their preseason picks.
No, we're just softening the.
You're just softening.
Yeah, because it's gonna get crazy all year.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think after last time I was on, Corey and I were talking about the schedule, and I think he said something about 9 and 8.
I'm still gonna stay with that.
No way. You know what? I when you look at the schedule and you look at what happened in the first game, it's going to be hard to say how long it's going to take the team to come around to figure out what a new scheme is going to be. How they're going to approach their games week out. I think the game against the Bears is going to be a big test because they really need to win that game for their own psyche. For mental health reasons, they need to win that game somehow. And if they're at home, they're going to have to win. But it's not going to be a cakewalk. And just because Ben Johnson, he wants to win that game too. And all those players and what's his name, Caleb Brown. That dude got to be the most improved guy over a summer. I mean, I don't know what they did with him, but he never got the ball out as fast as he consistently did.
Caleb
Williams.
Okay,
yeah. Who did I say? Brown Williams.
Yeah, Williams.
That's right. Yeah. That dude was getting rid of the ball so quickly. He had open receivers because their scheme was good, because that's Ben Johnson's genius. He gets those guys open quickly, and he was hitting the mark. That what was it? What was the play that caused the loss?
Well, he overthrew a couple guys. And then the holding call really slowed. Yeah, right. That was bad. Caleb threw for over 3,000 yards last year. I think he's just a mental guy. He's just mental. The talent, everything's there. This is not like Richardson, who's in Indianapolis. This kid is nice. He's got the feet. It's up here.
Well, I think another person that's going to have to step up is Terrion Arnold. He looked abysmal out there last week.
Well, he was hurt. He got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he got hurt at the end, I think, yeah.
If you got a groin injury, bro, you can't run. And his thing is his speed.
But I think he tweaked it. Didn't he tweak it, Joe? Like in preseason? Like in the practice. I thought he was a little tweaked then.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think in the beginning, I think he tweaked it. Yeah. I think it was tweaked then. But he looked terrible.
A groin injury is like a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
Sure. It takes time to recover.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll be back before. I hope they don't just keep throwing him in there until he rips it. Because then he's going to be done. Yeah. So you might as well just let him rest it and try to stretch it and make it. Get the professional level rehab that he needs, and let him come back 100%. Because he's definitely a benefit to have in the secondary when he's out there. I just think he gets too excited. It's kind of like Lamar Jackson. That guy, he had that game won. And they just make dumb plays, miss passes when they don't need to, and they gave that game away to the Bills. I mean, the Bills, Josh Allen did the same thing he did against the Lions. He never quit. Never stopped putting up points, and
never stopped.
That dude, he's always great at the beginning of the season. We'll see how well he does down the stretch, but. That was a fun game to watch. Both those games were fun games to watch.
Yep, good week of football.
What's your prediction for this week against the Bears, Joe?
The Bears, historically, the Lions Bears always been a low scoring game. So I'm gonna hope the Lions at least are finding the end zone a couple times. So I'm gonna say 17-10, 17-14 Lions. I'd like to see a low scoring affair because I don't, unless the offense just totally wakes up, I don't know that they can put up the kind of points they put up last year.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the Lions are going to have a Jake Bates kind of a day, and he'll beat Rob Baronis's field goal record of 8 field goals in a game. He'll go 9.
27. I got him.
What do you think?
I got him 23-20.
23-20?
Lions.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. I need to play the lotto.
Yeah.
Corey picked the Lions.
Go the under. Take the under.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I still think Chicago still has some work to do. And then their corners out. Their best corners are out.
Right.
Right.
So.
Right.
Well, listen, Joe, thanks for hopping on with us tonight. I know you. I know that California traffic, getting home, and trying to get on with us. I'm glad to be able to talk to you after week 1. We were hoping you were going to be able to come on with us.
Well, as always, guys, thank you for having me, and I'm always glad to come on. And if I can do it, if I logistically can make it happen, this is a little early, yes,
right,
for us out here, but it's not a problem. So it's always fun to come on and have a little chit chat about the Lions with people that I like and respect. And you know, I just got to argue with all the Raiders fans out here. You know, got Raiders and
Yeah.
you know, and Rams fans out here.
Right.
You know, so,
Right.
Yeah, Joe is the only Lion fan in
Yeah.
California.
dude, I tell you, I am not the only fan out here. But I tell you, when I leave the house with my Lions gear on, you know, hat, shirt, go other places, people often say, "Hey, are you Lions fan?" I was like, "Well,
What
yeah,
if
I'm wearing all this stuff." Yeah, Lions fan. Yeah, well,
you got you gotta love people's real perception of
Right.
things,
What
right?
in the world?
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you. We'll talk to you next time, okay?
hey, thanks for having me again, guys. Take care, be safe, and I hope you're feeling better, Scotty. And
Appreciate that.
keep me in the loop, and take care, Corey.
All right, man.
Sounds
Love you.
good, JoJo.
All right.
All right, guys.
EBJ from California, California's #1 Lion fan.
We'll start arguing later.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna go toe to toe, but really
Well, they
you
played
can't
so
do
bad.
that. Right.
Everybody's on the same
Right.
page.
And everybody is on the same page with
everybody's
that.
on the same
Jared, let's finish up with Believe It or Leave It, and then we'll go into the roar real quick. Corey's roar. I think we had one more. Do we have one more?
Yeah, one more. Believe it or leave it.
Let's go with the one that's near and dear. We've already talked about Phillies, Karen. Let's go with one that's near and dear to Corey's heart. Halle
Again?
Berry.
We
Yes.
had to get Joe in because he was out in California. So we had to get him in.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, wait, this one, back to Believe It or Leave It. Halle Berry, her viral razor blades comment about premenopause intimacy wasn't too much information. It's the kind of raw honesty the wellness conversation desperately needs.
I believe it.
Believe it or leave it.
I didn't hear the comment, but I believe it.
You didn't hear you didn't hear the comment what she made about the razor blades?
No.
Did you hear about this, Jared? No, he didn't hear about it. Well, she was saying that having intimacy was like razor blades through the menopause. Don't you think that's a little too much to put out there like that?
No.
No?
No. If that's the way she feels.
But why does she got to make it public?
Well, intimacy is not private. Who you vote for is private. That's why they put you in the booth. Everybody does intimacy. Everybody's intimate. Nobody holds that back anymore. They don't care about that.
I just think that's too much information.
I think Halle is just being her free-spirited, mind-speaking, intelligent person that she is. She's telling the truth, probably. I'm not a woman, so I don't know.
I mean, I can see. I don't know how that's going to help anybody.
I think.
Or maybe
It'll help.
It'll help people.
Yeah.
You believe that?
It'll help.
100%.
She's the one that should have ran for vice president or the presidency.
Halle Berry should have.
That would have been the first female president for real. Her and Hillary. That would have been a good ticket.
All right. Well, why don't we go to Corey's roar?
So I believe it. Thank you, Halle, for that insight. And all women should be reaching out to her to thank her for the insight. Yeah, absolutely.
It's now time for Corey's Roar. Corey's mic is on,
Turn my mic up.
and his roar waits for no one.
What you got today?
This one is near and dear to my heart. I'm gonna roar to my Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna rant to my Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. Oh, the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah. So we should have beat the Eagles, right? Should have beat
Okay.
them. CeeDee Lamb still had 100 yards and 7 catches. Dallas is going to be okay. They're going to be a lot better than people give them credit for. My rant, so you give up Parsons. You don't want to pay him. Okay, I get it. The rant is we dropped the ball on Derrick Henry. When we had Micah Parsons, Philadelphia scored 38 and 40, like 37, and he was out on the field. We dropped the ball, Jerry. I know Jerry doesn't care, but we dropped the ball on picking up Derrick Henry a year ago. A year ago. He ran for 200 yards the other night. Just think about it. Dak, CD, Pickens, Derrick Henry with a good offensive line. that they have. So my mindset is I'm upset with my Cowboys because they didn't pick up King Henry. We dropped the ball on that. Now we got to figure out what we're going to do with all these backs. And hopefully Williams, they looked okay. But just imagine Derrick Henry, Dak, Pickens, Lamb. You want to let Parsons go? You don't want to pay him the $55? I mean, okay, I get it. People still forget he's under contract. He was under contract. Everybody thinks you have to pay people before they're – you don't have to do it. Jerry Jones didn't have to pay Micah Parsons. We dropped the ball on Derrick Henry. Period. End of story.
So the run game's a problem.
Whenever we win Super Bowls, who do we have in our backfield?
Well, that's true.
Whenever we were good. When Romo was good, who did he have? DeMarco Murray went nuts.
Yeah.
Zeke went nuts. Dorsett, Emmett. That's my rant.
That's what your rant?
Yep.
Okay, everybody. Well, that'll do it for us. We had EVJ, Sean Stewart, and, of course, a myriad of other topics we've talked about tonight. And the only thing we missed was you.
Yep.
Yeah, we want to hear more from our
Gotta call us, guys.
people. Yeah.
Gotta zoom it.
Gotta zoom it. Of course, like and subscribe
It's
on the
Wednesday.
YouTube.
What are you doing? There's no games on. Zoom us.
I know. I got to figure out, are we going to be back on Monday night?
Monday Night Football.
I don't know. Are we going to do Mondays? We got to figure out from Jared.
That's up to the boss. Jared's the boss.
Jared's the boss. Yeah. We'll figure it out. But we will be back for sure. And, of course, you have been watching The Roar Live right here on – what? You got something to say?
Real quick. Things are getting thick with the Lions and Tigers. It's getting the crunch time. The Chicago game is a must.
Okay.
It's a must.
Okay.
It's a must.
Yes.
It's a must.
I agree with you. Well, we'll see you next time right here on The Roar Live. I'm Scotty William. That's Corey Tiez. Bye-bye, and stay safe, everybody.
Stay safe, everybody.